Hi guys, and welcome back to my Patreon. If you're tuning in today, I am doing your weekly horoscopes for the week of September the 21st through the 27th, 2020. So we're going to start off with our air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This week for you guys, it is going to be a week full of different emotions for you guys. As the week starts off, it feels like you have everything going the way that you want. You're very strategic. Things seem to be going according to plan, right? But as soon as the week progresses, then I feel like things get kind of spicy in your love life. If you're single, you could be interacting with someone that is wanting to show emotions, or they have begun to show interest in you, and there could be this interesting and spicy conversations that, kind of like playful, kind of cat and mouse game is what I'm kind of getting at. And then later in the week, it kind of seems like a lot of you are very communicative. You're very busy with work, your emails. But then something happens like around Wednesday to Thursday for you air signs, where I feel like you're at a crossroads mentally, spiritually. It's like something is bothering you, something bothers you, something comes up. And you're going to have the willpower to move past that, getting into the weekend. When the weekend comes in, though, it's very playful time. I feel like you're going to be more like in the mood of fall. Again, fall is going to be, well, the autumn equinox here in the USA is going to hit on the 22nd. So it is a very powerful time. It is a shift of energy completely. So I see that, and then I also get that the fact that, as the week ends, it's kind of like you are closing an old chapter of yourself since 2020 began, and you're now entering a more powerful phase where you're more confident, you have more goals, you're more goal oriented, and you're more willing to do whatever it takes to get towards those goals and accomplish it. So yeah, it's a very interesting week with all the energies that are happening, with the autumn equinox, and then again, we have Mars in retrograde, and then Jupiter just came back in direct just a few days ago. So, yeah, it's very, very intense energy, but also very good energy to start manifesting what you want. So, now we're going to get into our fire signs. Hi, guys, and if you are a fire sign, this is for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is going to be your horoscope for this week. So, this week for you guys, it's almost like you are working very hard at the beginning of the week. You're not playing games. You're very determined. You're like, get out of my way. I know what I'm doing. I'm focused on it. That's what I want. And for the most part, you accomplish what you want and you get what you want. But the thing is here, I feel like there is some kind of darker energy that surrounds maybe your love life, or maybe like a partnership. It could even, signify something around like your personal family. Something feels very tempting. Something feels kind of, oppressive, almost like a manipulation that's going on. And it's a reminder for those of you that are fire signs to not step into that, because I think we all at some point can be a little manipulative at, given the circumstances and the right, perfect storm. We all can be a little manipulative at some point in our life. So Spirit is kind of cautioning for you to not do that, because if you do give into some kind of temptation, whether it's cheating on a partner, or lying to someone to get ahead, get a promotion, or just doing something that is like wrong, morally wrong, but you still do it. What Spirit is showing me is that there is definitely going to be like some karmic retribution. Well, not retribution, but karmic issues, I should say, that you would face later on. It feels like your conscience does not allow you to be at peace. And I also feel like if you do, it can open up like almost like an energy pathway where things can just start falling apart, between you and someone else. And it's like you don't need that kind of energy in your life. So again, be very mindful of the energy that you are bringing to and allowing yourself to have. You don't want, an energy like that right now at all. As the week progresses, as we get into the middle of the week, I feel like there is someone that's going to like make an offer towards you, or like wanting to offer to help you in some kind of way. And a lot of you are very high strung, very much workaholics, perfectionists. let somebody help you. You don't need to do that. But I also want you to be very careful and mindful of the people that are offering help, because someone could be offering help just to get something ahead, get something from you, or steal something from you. It's almost like someone that's two-faced. I'm not saying that it's going to be the situation for every single fire sign out there, but I am saying that's something to definitely watch. Um, and as we get into the weekend, you're starting something new, some project, maybe decorating, for Halloween. Like I said, maybe shopping for groceries and supplies that you need. And I feel like during the weekend, some of you have time to reflect on your life, and it's like you're going in very deep this weekend, going into next week. And the energy of this autumn equinox that happens on the 22nd, that big event. Itself ushers in some new energy. So for some of you, it's just like a different culmination of events and things that are going on. But I don't see anything that is, needing to be worried about or anything like that. So that's the horoscope for this week. Hi, guys, and today I'm going to be doing your horoscope for my earth sign. So if you are a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, this is going to be your horoscope for this week. So this week, as the week begins, it almost feels like you are moving away. A lot of you feel like you're moving away from a situation that probably was lingering for the last couple of weeks or has been brewing. This could be like online energy, text messages, some kind of conversation that was struck up and you just didn't vibe with what the energy that was being given to you. And it's kind of, you're at a point in your life for a lot of you that are earth signs where you kind of feel almost like, I'm at a crossroads. What should I do? Should I go ahead and move forward? Should I go ahead and, stay where I'm at in what I'm doing or where I'm living or in the relationship that I'm in? Or should I just be moving forward? That's kind of like the energy that a lot of you are holding on to right now. But Spirit is reminding you that this is a week where you need to kind of just take things and go with the flow. Just go forward unapologetically and definitely unafraid, because you don't need to hold on to that. There's new opportunities that are coming for you very soon. And I feel like a lot of you are already on the cusp of that. Notice I use that word cusp. Fits so well in the astrology. But no, seriously, I see that. And I also feel like it is a time right now for you where you feel trapped, but you also feel like butterflies. You feel something is on the verge of happening that's good for you. And interestingly enough, if you are a single earth sign out there, again, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, there's so much focus right now in your mind about getting into a relationships. You want a relationship. You want love, even though you've denied it for the longest that, oh, I'm strong. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman, blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is, like, who are you kidding, boo? You are definitely at that point where you're looking for somebody. And I feel like there could be a culmination of an exchange. But the thing here that we have to pay attention to is the retrograde right now in Mars. Because again, this affects the sexuality. It affects the different aspects of people's will to move forward and to do things. So, it's almost like you have to let your fears die. You have to let that go in order to invite true love in, or if you're ready. And if you are in a relationship, it's same thing goes for you. There could be problems in the relationship this week in particular because of a misunderstanding, because also a lot of the divine masculines are struggling out there with the Mars retrograde. It's something that's going to happen until November, until this retrograde goes direct, until Mars goes direct. It's going to be that kind of cycle where it's like, they're hot and they are all over you, and then they're cold and they're like pulling back. So if you are in a new relationship where you're like flirting with someone and you're trying to catch their vibe and know what is going on with them, you're going to be facing a lot of hot and cold, like Katy Perry song. Excuse me. And then later in the week, as we get into the weekend, I feel like you may have some kind of situation where you're standing very strongly in your power and you're judged by somebody else. Like people throw darts or daggers towards you. I'm using that as kind of like a symbolism, but I feel like you're attacked verbally, or something goes on during the latter part of this week, going into the weekend. Now, keep in mind the autumn equinox happens on the 22nd. So that is very intense energy that we are experiencing. Because again, it's a whole different ball game when we start entering Maybon and entering that period. But as the week goes in, a lot of you are going to have your resting bitch face on. I'm serious. A lot of you are just not going to be in the mood for it. You're not going to be putting up with the shenanigans, the foolery, and you're going to be very verbal about it and in your face, basically. And it reminds me very much of like Taurian energy, but it also reminds me of kind of like Scorpio. And I'm trying to think what other, maybe even Virgo, but Virgo, sometimes, but it reminds me of those kind of energies, and it's very, very interesting. But that's the horoscope for this week. So, again, little things can piss you off throughout the week. Just take it with a grain of salt. Don't get involved in it. You don't need to hold on to that energy, okay? All right, guys, I love you so much, and now we're going to get into the next set of horoscopes. All right, guys, so now we're going to get into the last set of horoscopes. This is going to be for the water signs. If you're a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, this is going to be for you. So as the week progresses, as the week begins, I should say, there is caution here. Be very careful with who you're trusting right now. People that are coming to you all out of the blue, people that are being extra nice. They're wanting something. And I think a lot of you, for the most part, are very intuitive, and you'll be able to put two and two together. And you're going to be like, honey, you're not, I was born at nighttime, but I wasn't born last night. So you're going to be kind of like in that kind of energy. You're also going through a very intense energy this week. And I notice that throughout all the signs that I'm reading right now, the different elements for each sign. But the consensus this week is like a lot of you are going through some deep shit. I'm just going to say it. Excuse my language. I feel like again, like there's harder lessons that you're experiencing right now in your life. A lot of worries, a lot of things that keep you up at night. I think it's financial worries. It's also maybe relationships, friendships. It's a culmination of things. And it's like you're carrying too much weight. And it's like you don't need to be carrying all of that. It's like you've taken on the responsibilities for maybe your family or, other people's problems. And Spirit is reminding you to hold space for people. But again, remember when to pull back, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I say that again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And the way that the energy is being shown this week for all of you water signs, it's like you're draining yourself energetically speaking. So pull back, and remember to take time out for yourself to recharge your batteries. When I say that, recharge your energy. Your energy is everything. As we get into the middle of the week, it's very interesting, because the middle of the week, it almost seems like you're standing very much more powerful. You come out of this funk that you've been in the beginning of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As you get into the end of Wednesday, Thursday, it's almost like, and Friday, you are finding your strength, you're finding your power, you're finding your voice, and you're being very, very meticulous, but also very decisive. And you're no longer in that, fearful type of energy that the beginning of the week entered. What's interestingly enough is that this week you have a lot of friends and people around you, could be family members, that are supporting you, and that may invite you to go out for drinks, may invite you to go out, to go to their or invite you to their home, or to to a location to celebrate, or just to hang out, just to have a good time and catch up. Right. So it seems like the weekend is a very fun weekend compared to all the other signs that I've read for during this week's horoscope. It's almost like you guys, all of my water signs, are going to have a really good time to kind of de-stress and just kiki with your girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. So it's good. I think you also are going to be on the weekend kind of matching the will of somebody else, or like challenging somebody else. It's like you start questioning, and you start, putting like puzzle pieces together. That's what Spirit shows me. That's what they tell me, like puzzle pieces. So it's interestingly enough, you'll be putting some puzzle pieces to. So I feel like they're talking about clarity, like almost like when something is not clear to you, or you've been asking Spirit for signs, you're going to get it by the weekend. And it's very, very fun energy, because I feel like a lot of you are dealing with higher vibrations and angelic realms, and just higher energy that is going to reveal a lot of things to you. And so as you end the week, I feel like you ended on a very positive note, and you have a lot of cards in your hand. You hold the cards. And so, like, as you get into the next couple of weeks, I feel like, again, you are going to be a little bit more savvy and a little bit more in the in the know, or in the now, or however you want to say that, in the know, in the knowingness of things that are, going to happen in the near future. It's almost like your spiritual third eye and your pineal gland have all, like, your pineal gland is decalcified, and your third eye is like fully awake, fully open, and you are now like tuning into, higher frequencies, getting downloads of information, seeing spirit, having weird dreams. It's just like a lot, but don't think that you're going crazy, because you're not. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed these horoscopes. If you're watching this, this was intended for my Patreon channel, but I'm going to publish it just for this week on my YouTube channel. So for those of you that have been asking for this, know that if you are wanting to get access to this, this is an exclusive only exclusive content for my Patreon family. So if you sign up for my Patreon, it's $10 per month. You'll have exclusive access to this and much more psychic and developmental videos that I'm doing, as well as training exercises and things like that to help you develop your psychic gift and your mediumship gift. So I really, really look forward to hearing, your feedback in the comments section below. Leave a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe, because remember, the more that you like this video, the more it gets seen by other people, because again, this is that wonky YouTube algorithm that they have. Anyways, I love you guys. Have an amazing week. Thank you for the prayers. Again, keep praying for me and for everybody along the Texas and Louisiana Gulf Coast, because again, we are facing Tropical Storm Beta. All right, guys, I love you so much. Bye.